Welcome to the 49th episode of Indie and Music Industry World. Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Eberle. Hello.
How are you?
Good morning, Rob. How's it going?
Good. It's going good. How are you?
I'm good. Your music is incredible. Congrats so
Thank you.
much. Wow.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. So, can you tell me something more about your background music? And you decided to leave Long Island to LA, right?
Yeah.
How is your background of music?
Yeah. So I grew up in a very musical family. I'm third generation of artists in my family. My grandma was trying to make it in like the 60s and 70s, and then my dad was in a band my entire life. So I was exposed to music from like a very young age. And then I got gifted a guitar by my grandparents at like 8 years old, and then fell in love with songwriting. I released my first song at 11, and then I had 2 full-length EPs out by the time I was 16. All of this music that I'm talking about now doesn't exist anymore, just because I've gone through developmental periods of trying to find my sound and, just experimenting with different things. And then we're now here. I have a full EP out that came out last summer. And then have a couple singles that came out this year, and then my debut album comes out in a couple months.
Yeah. So, how do you describe your sound? Because I love it. It's amazing. Just like alternative pop rock, you mix a lot of styles.
Yeah, you nailed it. Like, I would definitely say like alternative pop rock is where it's at. It's ultimately pop, but like I like to pull from different subgenres, like the alternative, like the rock, and trying to make it like something new that people haven't heard as much. As
Which are your big influences in music?
So my biggest influence of all time is Phineas. I'm heavily inspired by everything that he does. I love Billie Eilish as well. A lot of this album and a lot of the singles that I've been putting out have been inspired by like 2000s bands, like the All American Rejects, like The Script, The Fray, more recently like Daniel Levy, like those types of people. Definitely like pop, but also pulling from like the boy band roots.
Yeah. Collateral Damage, it's powerful.
Thank you
so much. How the project came, how is it start the project?
Yeah, so that project came from a period of my life where I was going through a lot. My parents were getting divorced when I was in my teens, and then I was being bullied in high school, and I fell into like a really deep depression. So I kind of I kind of put everything about how I was feeling into song and took everything out on my piano and my guitar, and all of those songs that you hear on that project are from different years in my life leading up to the point where I finally felt like I was like okay again and happy again and wanted to, get out there and do other things.
You created something amazing, just like Goodbye was a Sussex too. That's amazing. As you've been in Billboard charts, and that's cool. How much was hard to create that kind of song, and create the right melodies and the rhythm, because it's a hit.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. So last summer, I wrote that song with one of my best friends, Blake, who also produced all the music that you hear. We were on tour back home in New York, and we wrote it like on the floor of my mom's living room. And I said to him, I was like, I want to write a song that kind of showcases the feeling of grieving somebody who's still alive, just not in your life anymore. And we came up with that song, and we wrote it from scratch, literally just on his guitar, and then we had like a regular computer and like a little interface and a mic, and I just like was tracking a bunch of different vocals and trying to get the song right until it felt right, and we got it in a decent spot on the road. And then when we went back to LA, we finished the song, and then it became the record that you hear today.
That's amazing. I've been so impressed because you perform at the Southern at the Riot.
Which one? Sorry.
You performed at the Southern and in Texas to the.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big stage.
Thank you.
Just like the other festival from Austin. How do you control how much it's hard to perform on this kind of big stages.
Yeah. So performing is my favorite part of all of this.
Yeah.
I love performing. I grew up in musical theater. I would do a lot of theater when I was younger, and I think that kind of set the stage for my own performances, so to speak. I love it. I used to get very, very nervous, but I think the more and more I've done it, I've became more comfortable.
Yeah.
And like playing South by Southwest and ACL were insane. Like the fact that even happened is unreal, and I'm super grateful for that. And I don't know. I love performing. I think that just like something having that personal connection in person with the audience and with the listener.
And I hope you can come in Italy too. I think that you'll become worldwide soon.
Yes,
I'm sure.
Yes. My grandparents are from Italy, so I have Italian background for sure.
Yeah, I love you. I'm in love so much about your visuals.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know how the video of From a Distance came. You know, your ideas or. How just like to represent the song in a video, how much is hard?
So that's another thing I also love doing. I love conceptualizing my music and turning it into like a visual, just so like, I mean, that song came from a period right before I went through a breakup at the top of this year, and we had this idea, me and the video team, to like kind of do it at like golden hour sunset in like the middle of like the Los Angeles mountains, and like that video was perfect.
It was like close to Hollywood Hills, that part.
Yes,
I think, because I've been there too. Yeah, I know.
And like everything about that video, like that night when we were shooting, was perfect. Like the weather, like the wind was a huge factor too. Like it ended up.
It was perfect, absolutely. You totally represent the song. You know, with a big impact. That's what I love it. You know.
Yeah.
Congrats so much. Forever Ends Right is a smash.
Thank you.
How is born the track? You know, does it start maybe from the lyrics first, or the instrumental? How did you wrote it?
So it really depends on the song for me. I usually will sit at like my piano or my guitar and then figure out a chord progression and then melodies, and then be like, okay, what do I want to write about? What is this chord progression, or what are these melodies that I'm singing make me feel? And then 9 times out of 10, I will, you know, go off of that and just start writing lyrics once I figure out the concept. But other times it's been where like I've worked with other people, like for From a Distance and all these singles that have come out, and we've had a producer in the room, and the producer will either start on his guitar or like start playing something in the like the track and like the DAW, and then we would like write from there. And it just like, you know, I love collaborating with other people. I think collaboration is key in this business. And like like all these songs that have come out this year have been like from collaboration, and it's just been incredible, and I cannot wait for what's to come.
Which are your new projects? You know, have you just planned a new EP or an album right now?
Yeah, so I'm about to release my debut album, which is insane, and I'm so excited for that.
You're totally independent right now.
What'd you say? Sorry.
You're totally independent right now.
Yes, I am fully independent on the label side, yes. So I'm putting out my album by myself, which is wild, and we finished it last week, and it's getting mixed and mastered right now. So as soon as that's all done, I'll be able to tell you more, but 3 singles from the project were released this year. So Signal Fades, Lying with the Enemy, and Forever Ends Right Now are all on that project. And yeah, it's just, I'm very excited.
Yeah, I cannot wait that you perform the tracks. You know, have you just planned some shows in LA right now on the Viper, maybe some other clubs?
Yeah. So right now I'm planning a mini tour for the album. So I'm doing some in New York, I'm doing some in LA, and then hopefully branching out to other places.
Please, right now, let's come to Dallas. I'm in Dallas. Let's come here. Or maybe I can come to see you. If I can travel,
awesome.
Yeah, would be cool. I love your music, your vision of music, because you're just you just not respect just like a genre, but you just like, you bring a new style, something cool.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely, I love it. You totally got my support. I cannot wait to share your music, and you totally got my support.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the interview.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. We keep on touch.
All right. Sounds good.
Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.